So you've probably experienced when you are, let's say, grocery shopping or shopping at the mall. Holidays are coming up. So the last thing you want while you are packing all your stuff into your car is for your trunk or hood to fall on your head. Ouch. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Lady Parts. Not good. Not great. Not a good experience for anybody. But let me tell you why it happens. It's because of these two little guys right here. These basically are used to hold up your hood and your trunk. You have two on each side. They can be adjusted on most vehicles, but when these go bad or they break, that's when you're breaking out the broomstick. If you've never experienced that before, let me tell you a quick story. I work for insert major automotive retail company here, and I do service. I was changing a battery on I think it was a Subaru Forester, and I told her, I'll be right out with your battery and my tools. Just have your hood popped for me and I'll get you out as soon as I can. I go out the doors and I have my tools all ready and together, and I expect this is going to be a quick job. Subaru Forester, battery's right in the hood. Tell me how there's a broomstick holding the hood up. It was just a simple battery change. I was like, I could be in and out, just hold it for me. So she's holding it for me. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be a quick job. And I'm going in there, I got my 10. And she goes to answer the phone and leaves the broomstick supporting the hood. So can you imagine what happened? It fell on my head and it hurt. I was pissed. Nevertheless, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Holds the hood back open for me. Like, okay. Anyway, I got the battery in. The point of that story is get rid of the broomstick. You don't need it. It's not safe. It's gonna hurt you or whoever you have working on your vehicle. Okay? Get rid of the broomstick. Use it for something else. Fly away on it. Just don't use it to hold up your trunk or your hood. Cool? We're good on that? We're good on that? Okay, cool. What brands are you going to pick to replace them? Are you going to go OEM, original manufacturer, or are you going to switch to something different? If you've had your trunk struts for a long time, and years, I'm saying, and they've only just recently failed on you, I would say you're perfectly fine. I would even recommend replacing them with OEM lift supports. However, in my circumstance, in a couple other circumstances, again, depending on your vehicle, with the Z3 or the E36, I recommend going for something different. These guys just go. They go. The plastic just pops or cracks or, they fall off, So since the OEMs are known to, be fine, but not last forever, it doesn't hurt to try something new. And again, lift supports are usually not too expensive, but in a lot of cases, the more you pay, the better the quality. So in my case, I like to keep things, at least I will like to keep things on this channel pretty financially feasible. Just for the sake of, again, I work at a major automotive retail. That's like most automotive retail locations. So I'm mostly going to always be using things that are easily accessible to the public, easily accessible to Joe Schmo and his mom. So with this, where are most people going for car parts? They're usually checking online first. So I went with something that came up on the search pretty quick. I found them on Amazon. They're boxy trunk struts or lift supports. The company Boxy. They are gas charged lift supports. Here's what they look like. The package they came in. They were pretty financially feasible. I think I paid like $20 for the set. But what will that mean? Will that mean that they will last longer than my OEMs? Will that mean that they will last less? We will see. They sort of did put a lot of effort into explaining how they make these, why they believe they will hold up, and they did offer a warranty. I don't know if you can actually claim it, but let's try them. And then if they work well for me, they can work well for you. Okay, so I considered talking to you inside the car, but I figured I would just take you to the scene of the crime. Those guys back there. These guys use mechanical springs pretty much as the strong arm to keep knots off your head. Let me explain. In some cases, they can actually be adjusted to ease or increase like the force or resistance on how it feels opening your trunk. Basically, inside these guys, the cylinder is completely sealed. However, they are filled with nitrogen gas, pressurized nitrogen. That's why a lot of times that you're shopping for these or looking at them at the store, wherever, you see warning labels all over them. That's because, you know, they can be a hazard. They are filled with nitrogen. Oil is also really important for these guys. It's all about ease of movement for the piston. The piston has to be able to move back and forth for you to open and close your trunk or hood all the time. And considering we're talking about like metal pieces, metal components, the only thing that's going to ease that movement is going to be lubricating with oil. So that's what's going on inside of them. So as you open and close your trunk, you push on the gas, which shoves the piston into the cylinder, compressing that nitrogen. Do you ever hear it? Like, have you ever opened your trunk or you opened your hood and you hear like air sounds? I can't mimic them properly. It's like air sounds. That's basically the nitrogen either being released or being compressed. If you do the opposite, the pressure pushes the piston back out. And I'm sure you can pretty much assume why oil is so imperative inside of them, because obviously that piston is constantly moving. Now, these can fail, these can break. How does it happen? I really say it depends on your situation. For my specific situation, I'll show you. On this car, on the Z3, on the E36, the lift supports are known to fail over time. They're made of plastic at the ends. You know, I'll get into a little more of the pieces that I'm specifically talking about that are broken. But that's usually where they fail. They fail on those flimsy little plastic ends before they actually fail inside. If you do have a strut that has failed internally, I would say be very careful. That very easily could be a hazard. If you notice it's split, cracked, anything like that, be very, very mindful of being careful, because that's pressurized gas you're dealing with at the end of the day. And if you're not careful, if you go cracking something, you can get yourself pretty hurt. So just be safe, please. Okay? Let's get into it. Okay, so for removal and installation of these lift supports, you're really only going to need one tool. A little flat driver like this might be a little too thick, so you're going to want something more like this. Something tiny, but still flat. This is going to be perfect, like a little key fob screwdriver, like a glasses screwdriver. And then you're just going to go. I should probably install that side before I do this side, and then this falls on my head. Okay, let's turn you around. Jesus Christ. Some manufacturers usually put in a little slip for you to be able to get a tool in there. Okay, so we got that clip off. Make sure you can see that. You see how it's sticking up slightly? So that side's going. And it looks like that's going to be the bottom. So once you have the clip sticking out like that, you can pop it into place. Right over the ball on the bottom. Some people... Oh, I'm bleeding. What is wrong with me? It's not that hard. You probably won't bleed. I'm just a freaking class act, aren't I? There we go. I'm just gonna get my little flathead and pop the clip on and into place. Beautiful. See if you could slide it in, jam it in a little bit, and then just slowly wiggle it down. And then once you have it down and just twist the screwdriver. Whoop, and it'll pop it right out. There we go. No blood this time. Once that's done, we can put it onto the top wall. There's some important things that you get it on there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Pushed it up against the clip and pressed it. Popped right in. Wow. Compression, release. Compression, release. Beautiful. Now for this side, we're also going to be doing removal. So we'll start with the skinny flathead again. The same premise. Once you got the clip off of this one, pops right out. Beautiful. And this one was already broken. So removal was seamless. In my personal opinion, it's easier to go from the top. Just jam it in there, and then once you feel it's in, just wiggle it. And once it's in there a decent amount, twist the screwdriver, preferably the other way than the ball turns, and there you go. So this goes right on here. Alright, there we go. Now let's put the bottom on. Same deal. Just be careful not to hurt yourself. Clip off there. There we go. Just put the flathead on the back of the clip and press it with your thumb. And there we have it. Brand-new Struts. Okay, so that was removal and installation of lift supports on a BMW Z3 in the trunk. If you're interested in seeing ones done in the hood, I could do that as well, but it's pretty much the same idea. So we went from these guys. Yeah, these were the OEM ones. They didn't, you know, they lasted, I'd say, oh my God. Audio. You get that reference? Oh my God. As I was trying to say before the wind took over. We went from these guys. They lasted about 20 years. 20 years. And if it wasn't for these pieces on the end that clip onto the ball breaking, if it wasn't for that, these would still be working perfectly well. So if you do want to opt and spend the extra couple of bucks on the OEM ones, do it. Just do it. If you do want to go for something more price efficient like I did, you very well can. I'm getting the same results as I am with the OEM ones. This has been quite the adventure. And by quite the adventure, I mean not much of one at all. Pelican Parts quotes this job at $100. So if you're going to the mechanic or you're going to Jiffy Lube or insert other auto services here, to pay them $100 to do something this simple, I hope this video could help you save that $100, because I mean, if I can do it, yeah, you get my point, okay? We get the point. So all you're gonna need is a small little flathead screwdriver. If you have a pair of sunglasses or kids with toys, I'm sure you have one of these lying around. We went from these crusty, musty, dusties, original OEMs by Stabilis, BMW, to the boxy replacements, which now my trunk has lift supports on each side. It's holding itself up 100%. You should do the same. It'll probably take you a couple of minutes once you have the parts ready. So do us all a favor and throw the broomstick away. You don't need to be putting any more knots in nobody else's heads, okay? Thank you for watching Lady Parts. If you like the video, feel free to give me a thumbs up down below. Share if you think this was interesting, entertaining, funny, can help somebody, your mom, your uncle, your aunt, your grandma, your dog. And yeah, subscribe if you would like to tune in for more. And next on the list is my idle control valve hose. If you don't know what that is, I will explain it to you so you can check yours, and I will let you know a place to buy one for your vehicle. I'm totally lying. I'll let you know where to buy one for my car if you have the same car. Otherwise, I'll just tell you what to look for. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed Lady Parts. This one was totally decimated, decapitated. Call the press. We found 2 bodies. You wouldn't tell from this side. And it's funny, this was the top. This was the top on one, and it was the top on one and the bottom on another. Look at that. Fuck it. Look at that. But it's okay now because we upgraded.